welcome to our Vacation Bible School 2020 from the church at Shelby Crossings. I'm Pastor Ken, and I'm so glad that you're here with us for what's going to be a great week. Very different week, different than any Vacation Bible School we've ever done. We're not at our church campus, we're at your home or neighborhood or wherever we are. It might be in the morning, it might be at night, depending on each group's going to have a different kind of VBS this week. But I hope the kind of VBS that you have is a wonderful, great expedition of learning about Jesus, of having some great games and crafts and mission stories, and that you just have a lot of fun. I hope your friends are with you, or if you're by yourself, I hope you're just having a great week with that also as we learn about Jesus. I want you to know one thing. I'm going to be praying for all the boys and girls and their adult leaders and everyone who's involved, that the Lord will really reveal Himself to you this week, and that He'll draw you to Himself, and that this will be a special week for you as you learn about Him. So thank you for being a part of our VBS 2020. I hope it's a great day for you.
Come in. I was very engrossed in my research. You see, I was studying about a very interesting plant life and, oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry. Let's start at the beginning. I am Dr. Jane Flora, and this is my lab and what I like to call Mission Control Center. Here at the Great Expedition, we study and learn about the amazing world around us. Why, you might ask? Well, I'm glad you did, because I have dedicated my life to studying this planet for one reason: God. That's right, God made this world and everything in it. He made the land and the sea, the air and the trees and the birds, the planets and the plants and the flowers, and even you and me. You're here this week for many different reasons, and guess what? I know you're going to have so much fun on your great expedition. You'll get to make crafts, play games, and learn about God and the wonderful world that He made. And this week, you get to be explorers. What do you think about that? Explorers, that sound means we have an incoming transmission. Let's see who it is.
Dr. Jane, we've made an amazing discovery.
Jackson, is that you?
Sure is.
Oh, hello, Jackson. I can't wait to hear about it, but first, I need to introduce you to our friends. Explorers, this is Explorer Jackson Wild. He travels the globe finding amazing things to see and study. Jackson, where are you today?
Well, today I'm in the rainforest.
Oh yes, the rainforest. There are many amazing plants, trees, and many, many interesting creatures in the rainforest. Jackson, tell us what you found.
Well, so far, I'm looking at a toucan.
That's amazing! What can you tell us about it?
Well, the toucans are amazing birds. You see they have these really long beaks that are almost half the length of their entire body, and they're multicolored, and then they have all these beautiful feathers and everything that makes them be able to hide and camouflage in the rainforest. But their bill weighs more than half their body length. Wait, isn't that cool?
Oh, that's so exciting that you get to see one up close. Jackson, what else can you tell us about the rainforest?
Well, you see, in the rainforest, there are more species of plants and animals than in the rest of the land Earth combined. Isn't that cool to think about? That there's leopards, there's bears, there's snakes, there's weird centipede-looking things, and birds of paradise, and all these crazy creatures.
Did you hear that, explorers? Let me just pull up a chart to show you some of the creatures in the rainforest.
A chart? Dr. Jane?
Yes?
Why don't you forget the chart? Why don't you come out and actually come out into the rainforest? It's a much better way.
Oh, but I have maps and charts and graphs and even pictures I can show.
I'm sure they are great. But what if we just showed them the actual rainforest instead?
Oh yes, I suppose you're right.
Explorers, Would you like to come out to the rainforest with me?
Wait. Before we go, let's just make sure we have everything we need. Let me check my list. Clipboard, check. Pen, hat, sunscreen, first aid kit.
Listen, I'm sure you need all of that, but we don't want to miss out on the adventure, so come on, let's go.
Well, you know you never can be too prepared, and I do prefer to err on the side of caution. But Explorers, Jackson is right. We don't want to miss out on anything. So I'll finish packing up here, and you grab what you need. Are you ready for our great expedition? If you're ready, when I say G-O, you say let's go. Are you ready? G-O.
Let's go.
G-O.
Let's go.
G-O.
Let's go.
All right, Explorers, let's go. Hi again, Explorers. It looks like we've made it to the rainforest. I can't believe all the beautiful colors. There's so much to see and hear and even to smell and touch. We're down here on the ground, and the soil here is very warm and moist. And you can feel the moisture in the air, too. Everywhere you look, there are colors of plants, trees, and even creatures. But for just a minute, I want you to close your eyes and imagine that all of that is gone. If your eyes are closed, all you see is black. You see nothing. So just imagine nothing. Okay, you can open your eyes again because I have a question for you. Do you like stories? I do. I love stories. But do you know how all stories start? As a blank page, like a black space, nothing. The world that we live in is actually one big, amazing story. But it started out, just like I was saying a minute ago, as nothing. Well, nothing that is, except for God. That's right, God was there before anything else existed. So if you close your eyes and think about that black space or that blank page, then you can imagine that God opened his mouth and spoke what would happen next. The Bible, which is God's word, and the story that he's writing tells us that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God took the big space with nothing in it, and he started to create. Now here's the thing though. Have you ever started out to maybe draw a picture or maybe make something out of clay or to craft something? And so you have an idea in your mind of what it will look like. And then you get started and maybe it gets a little messy here or it's not quite right there. And you get done and it's just not quite how you imagined it was going to be. Has that ever happened to you? Well, when God makes something, that never happens. The Bible tells us that God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God said, "Let there be sky and land," and there was. Everything that God spoke into creation was exactly as he wanted it to be. Because you see, God doesn't make mistakes. All throughout the universe and throughout the ages of history, God shows his creativity. It's incredibly amazing. Who else could think of all the amazing animals? Right now, I want you to think of the most amazing animal you can think of. And on the count of 3, we're going to yell it out. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, those are lots of great animals. And guess what? God thought up all of them. You know where else God shows his creativity? In you. You started out as a blank page, a story for God to write. Even before you were born, God had a purpose and a plan for you, and a story that he wrote just for you. And you know what? If God has a plan and a purpose for the animals and the plants and the dirt to grow and become a rainforest, what kind of awesome story do you think he has for you? I know it's a great one, and I can't wait to hear all about it. All right, Explorers, I want to tell you our Bible memory verse for today. It's Genesis 1:1, which just happens to be the very first verse in the Bible. This is what it says. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Let's say it together. I'll say part and then you say part. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Do you think you got it? Okay, let's say it together. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. Genesis 1:1. Great job, explorers.